out. Listen, we're going to hang out today. I have promised inspiration. I have promised clarity. I have promised high vibe. I actually have my whole laundry list of things that I promised you guys, and we're going to cover it all today. I'm here for you. We have received a lot of questions about the Gratitude Project, which I'm so grateful for. And I am here to answer all of those things, and I'm just continuing to let people in. So welcome, welcome. And as I continue to manage the waiting room and let people in, why don't you put in the chat section just to really kick us off today and get us into the vibe of what you are grateful for right now, like right now in this moment, without overthinking it and without auditing yourself and editing yourself and all these crazy things that we do to ourselves all day long. Just what shows up for you? What is on your heart? What are you grateful for? Let's get into the vibe. I'm going to share with you. I am going to share with you some real transparent. I'm going to ask you not to repeat this out of this webinar because I'm just riffing here. Okay. But I'm going to be real with you. This is something that I have been seeing on my Facebook feed specifically, not as much on my Instagram feed, but on my Facebook feed. I have been, that's not true, one person on my Instagram, one local mom on my Instagram. I'm also seeing this from. I don't have any judgment around this. It is an awareness for me. And it led me to my gratitude that I'm going to share with you today. I have noticed that a lot of moms right now, and I guess it's just like the stage of life that I'm in. So that's fun for me. That people are um people are sharing that they are moms, specifically women specifically, but I'm also seeing some of my male friends do this. They're sharing a lot of feelings that are not necessarily in the positive vibration about transition of life, like their kids are going off, or their kids are getting married, or their kids are going to college, or their kids are starting high school. But it's like these bigger moments. It feels like big things are happening in their life, and they're saying to themselves, like, where am I? Like they're saying to themselves, where does this leave me? They're saying to themselves, like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I'm here. Like it's a sad thing, right? Like it's like this part of my life is now happening. Like part of my life is, it feels like, is over for them, or like they don't know where that part starts and like where they begin again, right? And so like I'm saying this in a lot of different ways because this is what I'm seeing in a lot of different ways. And I dug into this a lot. You guys, I went on a 9-day road trip with my family. Okay. We drove for 9 days. Okay. So we had a lot of talking time. And if you know anything about me, you know I have two girls, and there's already a lot of talking that goes on in this house from them. And there was a lot of talking in the car. But mainly for me and my husband, and I started to unpack this with him, and I said, I don't feel any of these feelings. Like when I read these posts, like they feel foreign to me. And I thought that was so fascinating. Like, why? Why are there so many people in a collective, male, female, but we're all kind of like in a certain time in our life, and it can stretch like over the course of 20 years, right? Like different stages. But they are like all of these people sharing this similar sentiment, right? And I am not feeling any of that. I'm like, what is the difference? And I really started to unpack this on this 9-day road trip because I had a lot of thinking time and I had a lot of downtime. I took some time away from email and from the office, and my amazing team kept everything running, as I'm sure you know if you're in our world. And I thought to myself, there is one pivotal thing that I did that I'm so grateful for, and I want to share that with you today. And it was the leap when I had two little babies, okay? And I was running the staffing and recruiting company, and I was liking what I did, but not loving what I did. Eventually, I started to not really like it at all. But at this time, I was liking what I did, not loving what I did. And I had this hit of inspiration that I wanted to share my message of how I saw the world and capture it in a book so that my kids could always know from my own words, like, how did I see the world? Like, how did I see it that was always really different than everyone else? Like, everyone has a message, right? That just happened to be what my message was. Like, but everyone has a story, everyone has a message to share. And the fact that I captured it in the book, it literally changed the entire trajectory of my entire life. Like, everything. That one decision allowed me to, well, it allowed me to live in the house that I live in right now. Like, that we were living in another house when I wasn't on this path, right? And that was something that we could afford with what my husband was making, right? Like, this trajectory opened me up to a whole new world. And it's not just about the money, but it is about how you experience life. It has afforded us experiences that I never would have had otherwise with my family, with my children. It has allowed me to get into rooms with people that are the most fascinating, inspiring, and impactful human beings that I still get to call dear friends to this day, like, that I otherwise would not have been in the rooms of, because I wouldn't have been in that world. Like, um, I wouldn't have, like, that's something to say in that regard, right? Do you guys get what I'm saying? And I started to trace all of this back, like, these things that I am so grateful for in my life, right? Like, I'm so grateful that you know, that I'm able to travel and experience the world, like, in the way that I can with my kids and my family. It's something really important to me. Everything I do is for experience, by the way. Like, thank God for my husband that we have any money in the bank. Because for me, I would just be like, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. Like, it's all about the experience for me, right? And so everything I do is for experience. And that is absolutely my highest value in life, is just taking the biggest bite out of life and experiencing as much as I possibly can while I'm here, right? And so the fact that I have been able to do that, right? The fact that this year we got awarded Top Outstanding Publisher of the Year as a result of being able to share other people's stories, right? Like, that's all due to our authors. It has nothing, that is, like, not us, right? Like, that is our authors getting out there in the world and allowing us to accept that and be voted Top Outstanding Publisher of the Year, right? Like, to get to a point in my business where I could literally pack up and move to Europe for 3 months. I worked 1 hour a month for really 4 months straight, and nothing changed in my business. And all our clients they were like happy as a little clam, right? Because they were like, we got this 1 hour, we are showing up for, like, the program. I had one day where all my calls were like a one day, right? It was absolutely amazing. And I always had this affirmation: I want to make so much money while I'm asleep that I can do whatever I want while I'm awake. That proved it to me, right? That I could do that. But all of this happened with that one decision that I am so, 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 so grateful for. So as I am learning about all these, entering into all these different stages of life, I'm like, okay, right? Like, I did something really important. I made a really important decision that I had no idea would so significantly impact my life all of these years later. I published my first book in 2013. It is 2026, and I am saying to myself, holy freaking bananas, because I did that, like, I have so much, like, to look forward to, that I don't consider any of this stuff that everyone else is seemingly, like, heartbroken over. Like, I am not relating to any of that because I just look at it very differently. So again, there's no judgment around this whatsoever. But what I hope you are getting from this is that one decision can absolutely change the entire trajectory of your life. And I sit here in front of you today as living proof of that in so many different ways. Okay. So that's how I want to kick off the call today. We are going to dig in. We're doing the work. We're just going for it. Cause you know me, I just want to get in, and we're going to go, we're just going to unpack it, right? Like, let's talk about it. Let's get into the vibe of the gratitude, and, let's go deep with the work here, like, within the time that we have, right? Like, I'd keep you guys forever if I could, but I'm going to respect your time today. So I'm going to go over some of the gratitudes here because I was really transparent with you guys on all that. And I want to honor your gratitude as well. And it's really wonderful to see you guys here. So welcome. So Dina says, freedom and family. Welcome, Dina. Laverne says, my children and grandchildren. Welcome, Laverne. Luann says, I'm grateful for my dog. Oh, Lollipops, I forgot about you. She's under my desk. I'm grateful for my dog too. I love my little third child. Sent to me from above. Jen says, family. Welcome, Jen. Carolyn says, grateful that I pinched my nerve and has eased up enough for me to be here. Oh, I love that. Welcoming that in, sending you healing energy, Carolyn, and welcome. Damon says, time and freedom. Welcome, Damon. Love to see you here. Dogs are the only thing in this world that love you more than they love themselves. I love that. Okay, perfect. Gratitude. So many bursts of spirit spring today. Oh yeah, I love that. I don't know what does word count mean? Love that, Kate. Your message and your legacy. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I mean, I'm not even going to dig into the legacy piece today. Maybe impact a little bit. Waking up with more energy and ready to start something new. Welcome, Amy. Yes, yes, yes. And this is great. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you today because there are some things that you might want to take a screenshot of as we start to do this. If you are able to have a pen and paper in front of you, you're going to want to be able to do so to have that in front of you because we are going to get creative today. We are going to hopefully bring you more clarity today. That's a promise that I have said, right? And I'm going to show you the process of how we're going to do this today. And this is something that you can repeat. So if you want a screenshot, feel free to do all of that. But I wanted to share a little bit like of that story with you as we opened up here, because I want you to know that it's all on the table, right? Like whatever you want to create is on the table. Whatever you're going through now in life is absolutely perfect, right? Wherever you are starting, like your starting point, like is you're meant to be here right now, right? And so where I was like, okay, like I have no judgment, around uh where everyone is in life, right? And that piece is so, so, so deeply important as we come into the work here today, because we have to leave everything before the call, like before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Like it's all just kind of, you can pick it up, by the way, after the webinar. Like you can pick it back up again if you want. But just for the time that we're together today, let's just have no judgment over that. I have no judgment at what happened at 1:30 today or 1:59 today. At 2 o'clock p.m., we entered into the Gratitude Project experience right here. Okay. And so let's just allow ourselves to lean into being inspired, lean into getting clear on what it is that we want, lean into what could possibly be a next step for us. Okay. And I do promise to answer questions specifically about the Gratitude Project. That'll be more towards the end. I want to get us in the vibe first. Does that sound good to everyone? All right. So, um, of course, the Gratitude Project webinar. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Here are the 3 things I'm going to cover today, if I haven't already shared that. Gratitude, inspired clarity, and I am going to specifically answer the Gratitude Project questions. So we're going to take this in 3 chunks. I really always like to give people a roadmap. If you're anything like me, I'm like, I want to know where I'm going, right? Like, so everything is like, we follow plans here, right? Like everything's a system. And we follow roadmaps. Okay. And so today is going to be in 3 parts. So, if we're in gratitude, we got 2 parts to go. And if we're in inspired clarity, we have 1 more part to go, and so on and so forth. So you can follow along in our roadmap. All right. So you feel safe and you feel protected, and we're here with you. All right. So part 1, just diving right in. So this is what I want to begin with today. All right. So we're going to begin with gratitude, and we're going to do gratitude in a really unique way. So if you notice, there's nowhere on here where I say, what are you grateful for? Like we put a little bit of that. We kicked off with that in the chat section. Thank you for that. Okay. But this is really another way to activate gratitude in your life by asking these different questions. Okay. So I'm going to ask them, and then I just want you to either close your eyes, feel into it. But the only wrong way to do this is to not honor something that shows up. Okay. And so, at every level, at every place we get to in our life, there's always a next, right? So where I shared with you, um, yeah, and this is something that I'm currently working through, right? Like you guys know me that I do the work with you, right? And so I am always really honest about what I'm working on in my life, right? Because we never arrive. I don't want to arrive, right? I want to grow. I want to expand. I want to elevate. I would just want to see how good life can get, right? Like how good can it get? And so where I don't relate to people who are feeling like their life is over if, like in my example, like we went to visit colleges, right? For my oldest daughter, Bella. And I feel excited for her about all the new opportunity. So I'm not struggling with that piece of it, but my struggle is a little bit different. It's sort of like, okay, like we have created all this in publishing in with we've published over 700 number one best-selling authors. So my next is like, how do we now take all of these amazing stories, right? And how do we collectively bring all this together to really, really get these voices seen, like get this impact shared. Like my struggle right now is trapping some structure around this like massive vision that I have for all of these beautiful stories that have been published and have been shared. I'm not going to get too much into that today, but my point is at every level, the work is the work. Okay. So how I got to this greater vision that I have that I will package that I will unpack, that I will wrap structure around, and that I will take action on, is it all started with what we're going to do here today. Okay. So at every level, the work is the work. Does that make sense? Okay. Good. So we're all always working on something. So, the first question I want to ask you is what brings you joy? Okay. And if you write one thing down, that's perfect. And if you're writing 10 things down and I'm still talking, keep going. Keep going. Okay. You move at your own pace. Okay. But just take a moment and I just want you to riff what literally brings you joy. Okay. Like the sun brings me so much joy to the point that I live in a place that is not generally sunny in January. So I refuse to start the year in a place that doesn't have sun. So I require that I literally am in a place in the world that is like 99.9% guaranteed sunshine coming into the first of the year so I can kick off my year with sunshine. That brings me joy. So what brings you joy? What brings me joy, obviously, is helping people bring their voices out into the world, honoring honoring people's stories, like giving people the feeling, the sense of accomplishment. Like I did something pretty epic with my life, right? Like I just took the stage, or I just became an author, I just published a book, right? Like something really cool, something really epic. Good. I also like to do things that make people talk. Isn't that funny? I what did I do recently, you guys? Oh my gosh. God bless my husband. What did I wear? I wore like I forget exactly what it was because it could have been a number of things in my closet. Oh, it was a purse. I brought this like really like I anyway. So I wore this outfit to my daughter's school and I have this purse that I don't always take out and it's like a little wild, right? It's like a little little wild. And she goes to like a pretty conservative school. So I was like, do you guys like my purse to my family? And they were like, where are you taking that? I'm like, oh, we're going to bring it tonight to like to the school function. And they were like, why? And I was like, just to give them something to talk about. Like, just like I think it's funny. Because if I saw somebody show up with that, I'd be like, that is so cool. Where did you get that? Right. And then some, anyway. So I just like just kind of, being fun with it all. So that brings me joy, right? Like doing fun things, doing epic things. Let's give them something to talk about. They're gonna talk anyway. Might as well be about a fun purse I have. Okay. So what brings you joy? I hope you guys are laughing at this. I'm giving serious examples, I'm giving funny examples, right? But you guys get it. We can have fun with this as well. All right. Good. So hopefully you have a list by now. Second thing is, what are you thankful to experience? I am so thankful to experience going into schools. I get to next week on Wednesday, I get to go into a local grammar school. We get to talk to over 1,200 children, me and my daughter Livy, my younger daughter. Okay. And we are going to read our children's book, Believe Big, okay, which is the book that she helped to create. And we are going to have an author day, and we are going to answer questions, and I'm going to like watch Livy field questions about being an author at a young age and how to develop the story, and how you get to believe big in your life, right? Because we've done this a number of times by now. But that is an experience that I am so 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 thankful for, right? I'm also thankful um for good food. Gosh, I am so thankful for the food that nourishes our body. When you travel, you realize how important that is, right? And so, like, again, like these can be light things, or these can be bigger things. I want to give you guys different examples here, but like think about what you like to experience. How do you like to feel? What are you thankful for in the way of experiencing? And if you don't know, what I want you to say is, if I did know, what would it be? Okay, next we're going to ask, what lights you up? What lights you up? Okay, what lights me up is exploring a new place, like traveling to a new area. What lights me up is meeting with a new client for the first time and hearing their vision. Like, where do you want this to go? Like, tell me about your message. Like, why is this on your heart, right? To share. What have you always thought you would create in your life that you haven't created up until now? That's one of my favorite questions to ask, because we all have stuff. We're there, like, I want you to be like, when I was 5, like I thought I would. Like, and then sometimes they're like, this is probably going too far back. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. Let's go as far back as you can remember. Because if we go that far back, our emotions are our indicator whether we're on track or off track. Yes, yes. So our emotions started then. We started to get lit up when we were younger, thinking about, oh, I could do this, or oh, I could create this, or I hope I'm that when I grow up. Those things that lit us up even then, yes, those are our indicator, right? So is there something that you always thought you would do, or is something you always thought you would create in your life, right? Like we get today, God did not forget to wake us up, right? So I always say, I don't forget to say thank you, right? And that's part of gratitude. Uh, but also, we woke up today. So that means we get this opportunity today. Like we still get to create that thing we always thought we would create. It is absolutely possible. Remember, one decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. And I know this not from one decision changing the trajectory. I know this from that being proof, and then me making another big decision and that changing the trajectory yet again, and then making another big decision and then that changing the trajectory yet again. Without me building upon that, I would not have a multi 7 figure business today. Absolutely not. I wouldn't. So this is where it starts. Like, what lights you up? What did you always think you would create? Right? Like, what do you want to create more of? Maybe you have already created it, but you want to create more of it, right? Like the example I gave you and what I'm currently working on. Okay, good. The next thing is, what do you have and you want more of? So we want to give gratitude for what we have, right? Like, of course. But what do we want more of? So summer's coming up, right? Like I have great relationships with, the friendship, like friendships in my family, in my life. I mean, listen, we can all I have a little work to do, I'm sure, when it comes to family. But listen, for the most part, both my parents are still here. I will see them this weekend, right? Like I just saw them before I left for spring break and so on. So I'm grateful for all of that, right? However, summer's coming up. Like I want more connection time. I want more time, out, grilling and eating beautiful food and sitting by the pool and get back to the sunshine, experiencing like the warmth and the sun of summer, right? And like kids just laughing and playing and splashing, beach time, right? Like like those are all like connection though, like with people, right? During all of that. So summer to me always feels more expansive in connection, right? And so I have connection right now, but I want more of that come summer. So that's a personal example. I also want to share more of my content. We have gotten so into publishing, and within my publishing programs, we share a lot of content. And what I mean by content is like I have a 9 step system that can unblock you from literally any block in your life. Like anything that's blocking you, any fear you have, like any roadblock in your life, like I can walk you through that. And literally, we can knock that completely out. But I don't really teach that anywhere unless you're working with me privately in some way, right? And so my goal is to get more of my content out there. And I don't want to gatekeep it. For me, it's really just been a bandwidth thing, but bandwidth is all about priority, right? And so I teach this. And again, I'm really big on walking my walk and doing what I teach, right? And so for me, it's about creating the priority, right? Whether that be in a podcast way or, whatever that package may be, but getting more of my content out there. So that's another thing that's really important to me right now, that I do it, but I want more of it. Okay. So again, 2 different examples. So what do you have that you're so grateful for, but you want more? This question is also really important because a lot of times we look around and we're like, my life's good enough. Like, oh, my life's really good in this area. So that's it. Like, I shouldn't want more than what I already have. Right. And so that is a trick, by the way. Let me just call BS on that, by the way, because you are allowed to want what you want. You are allowed to want more. If you are waiting for permission, this is it. I give you permission to want to go big, right? Like I give you permission to dream the freaking dream. Like I give you permission to like wake up today and go for it, right? So it is okay to want more. Like maybe that's what my next book is going to be called. It is okay to want more because a lot of indicators out there tell us it's not okay to want more. And that is complete BS. It is okay to want more. It actually lends us right back to number one, which is like what brings us joy, which is that constant next of personal growth, right? Like whatever higher power you believe in, by the way, is all perfect to me. But we are always being encouraged to grow as humans, right? Like to grow and develop, right? It's like literally we grow throughout our entire life. Our hair always grows, our nail always, like literally science shows us, right? Like we are always growing. So why wouldn't we emotionally always grow? Why wouldn't we spiritually always grow? This is wanting more, right? But getting clear on what we want, right? We a lot of times are directed that that is a bad thing, and that is not true, right? It is okay to want more for you, for yourself, not for your family, not for your kids, also for them, but it is also okay to just want more for you. I felt that. So somebody today came to hear that. Okay. What does your heart truly desire? Like, what does your heart truly, truly desire? If you let it, if you now have permission. And if I say to you that I want you, well, I'm getting ahead of myself because that's on the next slide. So let's just answer this for now. And then we're going to go just one step deeper on the next slide. So what does your heart truly desire? What does your heart truly desire? Should write down a minimum of one things. And again, don't worry about me. If you're on a roll, you keep writing. Okay. All right. So here's where we can go one step further with this. Okay. And just stay with me here. When you let your soul truly speak, what does it want to say? Okay. So, like, this is really another way to ask what you truly want. And I want you to think about it this way. Okay. And this is all, of course, what we're grateful for, right? All roads lead back to gratitude, period. Like, all roads lead back to gratitude. And when you actually let your soul express itself and we give it the space, gosh, the space and time. So congratulations to all of you, by the way, for giving yourself this time here today. Like, when else in our life do we take a week out of our, or excuse me, an hour out of our busy schedule in the week and just let ourselves like dream and scheme? You know what I mean? Right? Like, how often do we let ourselves do this? So, by the way, first of all, good on you that you are giving yourself the time and space to do this. Okay. So, first of all, acknowledging all of you. So, literally so proud and excited for all of you for even doing this and beginning to answer these questions, right? But let's also take it one step further, because why not? We're here, so let's go for it. When, what does my soul want to say? So if I am giving my soul full permission to want what it wants, to say what it wants to say, to show up how it wants to show up, to go for what it wants to go for, to live the life it wants to live, to dream the live it wants to dream the dream it wants to dream, right? And we start to then get excited, and perhaps what can begin to happen is like we'll be like, well, I want that but, right? Like, or that'd be really cool, but I'm not sure. And we get like all these sort of like little stops along the way. Okay, so at least that's what happens to me. So, how I begin to kind of break down those barriers or those walls, if you will, those limitations. Okay. And by the way, this is very natural. There's absolutely nothing wrong with us. This is the way that we were built as humans. Okay. So that it happens to everyone. Okay. That's literally the way that our brain was designed and the way our brain works. The good news about that is that if we know that that's the way our brain works, we can, again, create systems, we can create tools and ways to navigate that, right? So that we can work with it instead of against it. That sounds good to me. And so what I want you to now ask yourself is like, if this was guaranteed to happen, like, what would I want and what would my soul want? Like, if this was guaranteed to come true, what would I want? What would my soul want? If no one was going to get hurt in the process, what would I want? How would my soul show up? Like, if no one was going to judge me, how would my soul show up? What would I want? If I had all of the money to fund this, what would I want? How would my soul show up? If I had all of the resources and the knowledge and the connections, right? Like, every person I needed was just right there for me, available with the touch of a keyboard or the answer of a call, right? Or just say the word. What would you want then? How would your soul show up? How would your soul show up differently? If you were guaranteed to get in the rooms that you needed to be in, what would you want? So a lot of times we allow ourselves to get stopped because of what other people are going to say, or what are they going to think of us, right? Or what if I fail, or what if I succeed? I had this crazy thing for so long. Like, if I got to a certain level, like my family was going to fall apart, because around me, that's what I was seeing. I was seeing, like, you know, anyway, that people were getting like reaching a certain level of success, and then they were like leaving their husbands and leaving their family. And again, that's their choice. They can absolutely do that. But I didn't want that for myself. So I was nervous that if I got to that a certain level of success, right, that was just what was going to happen to me. That was a subconscious belief. I didn't realize I had that until I started to do this work a little bit more. And then I was able to break through that, right? Like, that is not real. That's like not what I know to be real. And so that we can kind of break through that. But that was something bad that I believe would happen. So then I was like, well, if nothing bad happens, what would I really want? right? Like, oh, and like if people weren't going to talk about me, what would I really want, right? And oh, like if I wasn't going to hurt anybody's feelings by like saying something, right? Like if I wasn't going to trigger anybody by showing up and doing this, right? If I wasn't going to seem like too much, right? By saying X, Y, and Z or going live on Facebook and sharing a result, like what would I want? Like what would I say? Like how does my soul want to show up? Right. And then all of a sudden you just start to get to the realness of it all. What do you really want to say? How do you really want to show up? What impact do you really want to make? Yes, yes. All of what you are grateful for, because this is the essence of you. And we are so grateful for the essence of you. Okay. I'm going to share something with you today. This actually just came through this morning. I know it says happy Sunday, but my team sent it to me. You can see just 2 hours ago. Oh my goodness gracious. Am I still screen sharing? Hold on a second, because my screen just went a little wonky on me. Your screen share is paused. I know. I know. I felt that. I felt like that. I felt like that happened, that my screen share was paused. Let me share this with you because this is really, really cool. I am going to stop my, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to share my screen. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Okay. And I'm sharing. Okay. So I want to share this with you. This is what happens when you let yourself show up fully, right? Okay. Hi, Kate and Dream Team. Happy Sunday. I wanted to send this over and thank you for all that you do. Some people come into your life and quietly change everything. I'll try to get through this without crying. See, then I said that and it brought tears to my eyes again. Kate Butler is one of those people for me. I have spent nearly 30 years as a chiropractor, acupuncturist, and emotional wellness coach, helping women heal from the inside out. I have sat with women in their hardest moments, walked them through pain they could not name, and helped them find their way back to themselves. I thought I understood the depth of that work. And then I stepped into Kate's world and realized that there were still rooms inside of me I had not opened yet. From taking your initial programs of speaking to writing 2 best-selling books, you continue to help us aim higher and reach beyond our dreams to live an amazing life. Yeah, incredible. Kate, you do not just write books, you write invitations to become who we were always meant to be. You collect your inner strength and fears I had buried for years to rise to the surface, to encourage other women to do the same. What sets Kate Butler apart is not just her talent, it is her integrity. Everything she creates carries the unmistakable fingerprint of someone who genuinely cares whether you rise. She walks this talk completely, and that kind of authenticity is rarer than most people realize. If you are a woman in leadership, in transition, or simply ready for more, do not wait. Let her work find you. What is waiting on the other side is worth every step forward. Thank you, Kate Butler. My life and my work are richer for knowing you. You will forever be part of my tribe, Dr. Karen Smith. Now, this was completely unsolicited. Like when you just receive an email like that, just like out of the blue, it just like pops up in your inbox, you're going, okay, like there has been something inspired, right? Like there has been something inspired in this person that made them want to reach out to me and share the impact that you have made on their lives. Okay. And this is what keeps me going. All right. And I wanted to share that with you because your person, your Dr. Karen, is waiting for you. You all have someone that is waiting for your story. Like it's so crazy to me. I watch people online and even in real life, and it's like people are like scared to say it and they're scared to share their story. Yet that is what everyone is craving. That is what everyone is asking for. Like everyone is like wants that connection, right? It's like your story is going to change someone's life and they are literally just waiting for it. Okay, so let's get into our inspired clarity. So I hope that we've stirred up some things in you so far. Okay, and I hope that we have started that inspiration of what could be possible for you. Okay, all rooted in that beautiful gratitude gratitude. And so now let's get really clear. Okay. So we're just going to riff on this and this is going to go quick. What do you want to share? Like, what do you want to share? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want to share about healing? Do you want to share about marriage? Do you want to share about divorce? Do you want to share about grief? Do you want to share about wellness? Do you want to share about finances? Do you want to share about trauma? That's a part of healing, of course. And do you want to share about, um, let's see, do you want to share about spirituality? Do you want to share about, different stages of life and transition and like how you can help people through what you've already gone through? There's so many different things. Like, what do you want to share? What do you want to create? Right? Do you want to create a book? Do you want to create a program? Do you want to do you want to do this? Do you want to talk to people online? Do you want to create a following and share your message on social media? Do you want to create a podcast? Right? Like it can be anything, but like, how do you want to make an impact? You wouldn't be here unless you did. What do you want to bring to the world? What do you want to bring to the world? Like I shared earlier, I want to bring more content to the world. Like I want to bring more tools. Like my whole office is filled with this. Like I'll show you guys. Let me show you a little sneak peek. Look at that window back there. Right? Like my housekeeper loves me. I'm like, don't touch the window. Right? But seriously, right? Like the window is covered. These are all tools. Every single one of those is a life hack, right? That I'm working through, right? I'm working through bringing this content out to the world because I don't want to gatekeep any of this. And so, what do you want to bring to the world? I'm so passionate about this, right? I'm so passionate. And people come to me and I'm like, I've got a tool for that. And it works and it's easy, right? Like, this doesn't have to be hard. That's my, that's another great book title. It doesn't have to be hard. I love that. Okay. You guys are awesome. You guys are bringing me all this amazing energy today. So, what do you want to bring to the world? How do you want to work with people? Like, if you could just show up and do whatever you wanted to do for money, what would you do? Like, let's have fun with this, right? I always say, like, if you could take a trip anywhere, where would you go? And people are like, oh, well, I really want to go to Fiji, but like the flight's $2,700. So I'm going to just say the Bahamas instead. And I'm like, oh, hold on a second. Okay. Like, I didn't ask you to book the flight. I just asked you, where do you want to go? Right. So this is the same thing. Like, how do you want to work with people? Don't worry about starting the business, right? Like, don't worry about where the people are going to come from. Just what do you want? How do you want to work with people? If you could do anything for money. We were in this cool restaurant uh, just last week, and we sat in the middle. It was this really cool table, this round table in the middle. Like it was half bench, chairs around it. So my kids were on the bench, me and my husband were in the two chairs. And on one side was a live band, and then on the other side was a live painter. I was like, this is my jam. I love this. I love this life, right? I was like, I get to sit here and experience all of these people living in their purpose. Literally, they're all just sitting here living in their purpose. This one's singing, this one's playing the guitar, this one's on the drums, literally living their best life. This one's over here painting a live picture in live time. I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it on Instagram. You guys can see what I'm talking about. It was epic. Okay. I was like, this is the best. Like, do you just want to show up and paint? Is that what you want to do for money? Is that how you want to inspire people? Right? So it can literally be whatever your passion is. What do you wish to contribute? What do you want to contribute back? Good. Okay. So real talk. Okay. What stops us from doing what we just listed there? What stops us from doing that? Okay. Number one, clarity. Not allowing clarity in. Today, you guys are doing that. That's why I'm like, I literally needed to call that out. I'm so proud of you for showing up here. Okay. Because we do not allow ourselves time to create like this. We don't allow ourselves space to grow our goals. Would you guys agree with that? We don't give ourselves enough time, right? We should have equal thinking time that we have working time. Like when I say that, sometimes people like their head explodes. And I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. Like we need time for clarity to get clear through some of the work that we're doing here today. We need time to then create, right? And imagine. And we then need space to do it. Would you guys agree with that? Tell me in the chat section if you agree. What stops us is overwhelm. Like, have any of you ever, like, and I really want you to just tell me in the chat section because I want to know if anybody has experienced any of this before. Has anyone also experienced overwhelm? Right? Where you're saying like, I don't know what, like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know which direction to go in. Like, I could do 20 different things right now, so, but I just don't know which one is best. So you get stuck in the overwhelm. Has anyone ever felt that way where that's been real for you, right? What stops us is visibility, right? We talked a little bit about this today already, but like not knowing how to share your message out there to be seen, to be relevant. Like, you're relevant, like you're amazing, right? Like, you saw, like, you probably saw my post last night. I'm like, you, like, ah, God, I had this experience with somebody, and I'm like, all my stuff comes from like real conversations, real life, where I just get like, I need everybody to know this. I'm like, you're freaking worthy. Like, you are worthy. Like, you are worthy just because you're you, right? Like, I get like all heated about it, right? And so I put up a post like that. I'm like, you are worthy of your dream. You are worthy of everything you want inside of you. It was given to you for a reason. It is literally like, I don't want what you want, and you don't want what I want. That's perfect, right? But you are worthy of what you desire, period. Just because you are, right? So I get all excited. Okay, but sometimes we do not know how to like be in front of the right people, right? To share our message, to make that impact, okay? Also, what stops us is support or community, right? So I talk to clients all of the time that say, like, I left your event or I left this call, right? I left a webinar of yours, and I was like, I started at a 6, and like, if on a scale from 1 to 10, my energy was like a 6 when I joined. I was like an 11 when I left. And I was so excited, and I wrote for an hour. I mapped out my whole plan. And then I got a call from my kid, and something happened at school. And then my husband came home, and he had a bad day at work. And then I went walk with a neighbor, and like I told her my dream, and she thought that it wasn't possible. And now I'm back to like below where I was before. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I gotcha. I gotcha, because like they weren't on the webinar, right? Like they didn't do the base work, right? There's no judgment around that. But it's so important that as you're traveling to a new place, you're traveling with the right people who can support you along the way, right? And what else stops us is the results, right? Like fear of trying it and it not working, and sometimes it not working again. Has anyone like, can anyone relate to that? Like, if anyone's like willing to be vulnerable, right? And because for me, yeah, like there's some times before where I'm like, God, that I failed at that miserably. I can't tell you how many webinars I've done and I failed miserably. But yet here I am again on another webinar. Do you know what I mean? Because so many of them since then have been so successful. I would have stopped, like I would have allowed myself to not have that success, and I would have allowed clients to not experience things and opportunities if I had let one or two or three or maybe seven or eight or nine like bad webinars stop me, right? And I'm just using that as one example, of course, but this is real, right? Like when we're like, we don't know what the result is going to be. We don't know what the result is going to be. This can stop us from all of this beautiful, inspired clarity that we know we want. Okay. Would you guys agree with that? I'm going to go to the chat section here. Oh, okay. So I'm sitting in the middle of it right now. Analysis paralysis. That is me. Yes. The messy middle. I love that. The messy middle. It's a great book title too. That's yours. I won't take that one from you. I'll publish it though. 1,000% agree. 10,000%. Yep. Okay, good. So you guys, like, you're okay, good. So you guys are my people and you are vibing with me. Great. Um, okay. So here's my question for you. I have some questions coming up. Okay. And so what will you do with what you have created today? Like, I want you to like make one commitment right now. Like, as I continue to talk here, like one commitment of like, based on what we outlined, like our gratitude is, like what lights us up, what brings us joy, like that's all our gratitude in the world, right? That's all activating what we're grateful for. What brings us joy, we're grateful for. What lights us up, we're grateful for, right? Like, you get it. So that's gratitude on another level. So I want you to consider that. And then I want you to consider like what you want to do. Like, do you want to become an author? Do you want to share your story? Do you want to teach people a certain skill set, right? Like, whatever it is that you want to do, like, what is one thing that you are going to do with that knowledge, that clarity that you have now generated during our time together. Okay, so I want you to write that down so you can actually come back to it. Okay. I also want to read this to you because this is really important to see what is possible. Okay. So this is Victoria. You should follow her on Instagram. She's absolutely amazing. She does everything in the wellness space, like non-toxic, like anti-mold, anti-toxins in food. Like really, really cool follow. And she's Naturally Victoria. This is how her name is spelled, with Victoria. Naturally Victoria on Instagram. She's got like, well, so anyway, little side note is that she's lost her Instagram account 3 times already. And so she's been up to like close to 1 million followers on Instagram. Last time she was at 500,000 and got knocked down again. So I don't know whether she's at 200,000 right now, 500,000. She could be back up to 1 million. But every time they take her account down, because she talks about some like controversial information about like what's in food and what might not be in food and whatever else. But anyway, the point is that she gets right back up again. Okay. Because but anyway, let me read this to you because that's where she is now, but I want you to see what's possible. Working with Kate Butler was the single most transformative decision I've ever made for my business. Before we started, I had passion, obviously, but no clear direction, visibility, or sales strategy. This is all what we just talked about. Within weeks of working together, Kate helped me clarify my message, position my brand, and completely shift how I show up in the world. As a result, I launched a new offer that sold out, doubled my monthly revenue, and finally felt aligned with the work I was born to do. This is truly what I want for everyone. This is like, if I had to put in a sentence of what I feel like my life purpose is, that is what it is. I want to help people do what they feel aligned with, that they were born to do. Like that is my life purpose. Kate didn't just coach me, she called me forward into the version of myself that I had been waiting for. Her publishing expertise, media strategy, and business intuition are unmatched. If you're ready to rise and be seen and make serious impact, sorry, it's a little wonky here. It makes serious impact. Where was I? Run, don't walk. Kate Butler is the real deal, and saying yes to her changed everything for me. That's what I wanted to get to. It changed everything. And this is where I started with our call today, right? Like I've experienced this. Victoria has experienced this. Dr. Karen has experienced this, right? I'm not an anomaly. Okay. And it's available for me. It's available for Victoria. It's available for Dr. Karen. It is available for you. And I just hope that if nothing else today, you walk away with that. Okay. So please answer me on this, okay? And I want your permission, and I'm going to answer the questions about the gratitude project. But I always like to get your permission and moving forward into kind of like giving you the opportunity, like I'm going to invite you into something and I want to respect your time and space. So would you like me to show you how to become a profitable best-selling author and to become visible to your people and save time and money doing it? Do I have your permission to continue on to do that? Yes. Okay, perfect. Yes, yes. Okay, good. So I know that if you're here and you're saying that, yes, perfect. Okay, so this is how I see it. I see it as literally 2 options. I see this as continuing on your own. Where I see this as a risk is being in the same time, same space next year, right? And not having the impact that you want, not having a book if that's on your heart, not having the results that you're looking for, right? Because for me, that's what it's all about. Like, again, I want you to live the life that you feel like you were always meant to live. Option 2 is 100% commitment, right? To your vision, your voice, your impact, with proven strategies and proven support and proven results, right? Because that's important too. It's important that you understand how you're getting somewhere, that you understand what the roadmap is, right? Like, would you guys agree with that? The roadmap is so important. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the gratitude experience specifically. And this is the roadmap that I'm going to be laying out for you right now. And I told you, I've like literally, I printed out the emails I sent you guys so I can make sure I answered all the questions. Okay. So what I tell you about this is going to be in direct relation to the questions that we were asked. Okay. So number one, okay, is the 30-day gratitude experience. Okay, so I'm going to be going through the pillars here of the gratitude project. Okay, the different aspects and parts of it. And so the number one thing that we're going to be doing is a 30-day gratitude experience. Okay. We're bringing an expert in who is the expert on gratitude. Okay, this is her daily journal here, Kim Angeli, and she is literally coming in as a guest expert to our experience to walk us through this 30-day gratitude experience that we're going to journey on together. Okay, so this is where we are bringing the clarity into the program, where we're literally carving out, okay, without fail, because we got all what I call these guardrails. Okay, we set up guardrails for you so that you can go like this. And like today I did this. God, don't tell my husband, but I kind of like went off the road a little bit, and then I was like, oh, pay attention, Kate. I'm like looking at the sunrise. And so it's like, get back on the road, put your eyes on the road, right? And so it's like the guardrails to keep us in our lane, right? So I've got you covered with guardrails. Guardrails are my jam. So the 30-day gratitude experience is where we journey on this together to give you that clarity space. Okay, that time to create, that time to grow your goals. This is what that is literally built into the program so that you have that time, you have that clarity, and you have that space. Okay, the next part of it is the strategic coaching. Okay, it is a real thing that this analysis paralysis that you guys mentioned in the chat section, it is a real thing. And it is so important that you have a very specific plan of where you're going, but then you understand what your next actionable step is that is going to move the needle towards your bigger result. Okay. And that is where I come in. Okay. I'm not great at everything, and you would not want me to do your taxes, but this is where I shine. Like, I am an expert at this. Okay. I can help you put the roadmap together, put this strategy together to meet any goal that you have in your life. And I will also be able to tell you what your immediate next step is to move the needle forward so you're getting results all along the way. All right. So strategic coaching happens during our live calls, which are all a part of this program. Okay. The next part is the visibility piece. And this is a big thing. So you want to share your story, but like you want people to read it, right? Like you want your story to get to the people who need your story. You want your people to you want your story to get into the right hands, right? We've published over 700 number one best-selling authors. This is what we do. Okay. We publish best-selling books. We get them into the hands of the people who need your story. Okay. So this is also a way for you to stay I don't even want to use the word relevant, because it's not like you're not, like I would never obviously tell you that you're not relevant, right? But it does help to have a tool to stay present, is a much better way to put that. To stay present in front of your audience. And what better way than a book? Okay. So in the Gratitude Project, we go through the gratitude experience together. Okay. We have strategic coaching all along the way through live calls. And then after we do the 30-day gratitude experience, I walk you through a journey of writing your story that will be a contributing chapter to the book called The Gratitude Project. And you become a best-selling author by this summer. How cool is that? Like, by this summer, you could like literally be holding your book in your hand and be a best-selling author. Okay. So the other piece of this is also visibility in another way. Okay. There's some visibility points here. We are inviting you into a live interview with me. This is a picture of my TV studio. Okay. And I invite you in and I do a live interview with you. You have all the questions ahead of time. There's no surprises. And we are taking those live interviews and we're creating a mini movie called, it's called the Gratitude Movie. Okay. And so everyone will be asked the same questions. And then we're taking all of your gratitude experiences and we're putting all of this into a short film to give you visibility in a whole other dimension. Okay. So in addition to the book, you're now coming to life on screen as well. That's visibility. Okay. Now, the next two things are the billboard experience, which oh my gosh, goes without saying, is the coolest thing ever in the entire world. Like even people who do not like care about this, they get there. The energy of Times Square in New York City, seeing your book on a billboard, it is literally unmatched. Okay. This is so much fun. But also the New York City event. So these two things happen in tandem because they're obviously in New York. We're not going to have you come back twice. So we do it all there. And this is where like that support comes in, that community piece comes in. Like you're doing epic things with epic people. Like you're setting goals with people who understand you. You are shifting and growing and making an impact with people who are supporting you all along the way because they're also wanting to do that in the world. Does that make sense? So we have built these things in so that you literally can't fail. Like success is inevitable for you. But I want to talk about the results as well. Okay. So, something that I learned earlier on in my business, I wish I had learned it earlier, even, but I learned it like 2 to 3 years into my business. And what I learned was strategic coaching was amazing. Success coaching was amazing. I did that for a long time. The retreats I do, which I still do retreats, I love them. But I also felt like when I left, like some people went and did, and then other people would kind of go home and maybe get that into that overwhelm or didn't have that support community. And they also didn't leave with something tangible, right? And so, like in this program, like you literally get a result. Okay. You literally become a best-selling author and you hold a book in your hand. You literally stand in Times Square and you look up and your book is on a billboard, right? You literally attend a live event and you are supported by, right, a community of people who are cheering you on every step of the way. So there are tangible results in addition to all the intangible things you're getting. I think that the guaranteed tangible results are really, really important. Okay. So I think I answered all the questions about the gratitude project. Let me just make sure. So here's what the price, of course, right? So you can get started on the gratitude project for today for 525. Okay. So that was one of the very common questions is like, are there payment plans and what is the investment of this? Like, I don't know anywhere in the world where you can be on a billboard, it live in studio TV, become a best-selling author by contributing a chapter to the book, have 6 months of live strategic coaching, right, from a business coach, and be part of the coolest people on the planet. So real, so real. And also be part of the coolest people on the planet, which are our co-authors. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about our co-authors. Totally, totally the truth. They're amazing human beings. But yeah, you can get started today for 525 with the gratitude program. So that was one of the big questions that we had. So this is what you get. When you go to our website, this is exactly what you will find. Okay. So if you pay in full, you can do that as well. It's $5,000 pay in full. Why does it keep happening to me with this little screen here that likes to? Okay, or you can do a 6-month payment plan if you just want to get it done, and that's $895 for 6 months, or you can do a 12-month payment plan and it's $525. Okay, and that's the example that I gave you. And again, along with this, you become a published author, which is the visibility, the in-studio live interview, which is another whole level of visibility. It's you actually get on 3 New York City billboards, not just one, but actually 3. And attend a live author event, which is that support system and community around you. You have the 6 live strategic coaching calls, which of course allow you to never be an overwhelm and always know what your immediate next step is to move the needle. And also the gratitude experience provides you that space to create, to imagine, to dream again. And give yourself permission to really step into what is next for you. Just remember, like, we've never arrived, and that is truly the beauty of life. Like, that is truly it. Like, I worry about the people who think they arrived. I'm always like, uh-oh, I better watch out. Okay, because I don't want to ever arrive. I always want to be growing into what my next is. Always, always, always. Okay. So you do have a link in your inbox right now. So you don't have to worry about copying this, but it's couldn't be more simple. It's katebutlerbooks.com/gratitude. And so the website's super simple, katebutlerbooks.com/gratitude. That link also is in your inbox. And if it isn't, just refresh. It should be there momentarily. That was sent to everyone on this call just a few moments ago. And so you can find all the information that I went over right there in your inbox as well. It links you right to the Gratitude Project. But I have something else I want to share with you. It's really exciting. Okay, so one other thing, two more things really quick. So this is Patty Aubrey. She is my dear friend, and she also just so happens to have been the president of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and she is a New York Times best-selling author for Chicken Soup for the Soul. And I just want to read this to you and then tell you a really fun surprise about Patty and the Gratitude Project. So Patty says, as someone who spent a lifetime helping people share their stories and live their purpose, I know how sacred it is to put your message in the right hands. That's why when someone asks me who I trust to publish their book, my answer is always Kate Butler. This means more to me than you can know. When I met Patty, I didn't even have a book. So the fact that I built this up to be her trusted publishing partner from 2012 when I met her until now, again, if this doesn't show you what's possible, I don't know what does, right? Because I was a lost little puppy when I met her, but I'm not anymore. And if you feel lost in any area of your life, I can help you get there. I can help you get there. Okay. So Patty says she's more than a publisher. She's a visionary partner who leads with integrity, heart, and a commitment to excellence that's rare in this industry. Kate has a gift for taking your idea and helping you bring it to life in a way that is aligned, beautiful, and impactful. If you're ready to stop dreaming and start doing, Patty, she's action. She's the one you want by your side. I refer everyone I love to Kate, and I do it without hesitation. Patty Aubrey has also agreed to write the foreword for the Gratitude Project book. So if you have ever dreamed of being in a book with Patty Aubrey, if you have ever dreamed of being able to use the Chicken Soup for the Soul brand in your marketing, if you have ever dreamed of being able to say, I have been a co-author in a book with the New York Times bestselling author and the president of Chicken Soup for the Soul companies, this would be the time. Because there is literally no other place on the planet that you can be on a billboard and in TV studio and become an author, your chapter, and do this with Patty Aubrey for this investment level, obviously. So we really do try for our collaboration books to make them accessible to all, because the goal of the book is that people who have a beautiful message get them out into the world. Okay, so we do not want money to be the roadblock. And I hope that's coming through loud and clear. I do have one more thing. This is a bonus for the people who are on the webinar. So there are some people on the webinar that are already in the Gratitude Project. So first of all, thank you for being here. And of course you get this bonus because you got yourself in the room today. Right? And so, I'm really big on getting yourself in the room, and you always get rewarded by showing up live. You always get rewarded by being in the room. So for those of you who registered today for the Gratitude Project, and I'm getting private messages that some of you have already enrolled from this webinar, that you just went and enrolled. So first of all, welcome in. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. You'll get this. Don't worry. So anyone who registers today for the Gratitude Project, we just want to do this as like a fast action bonus. Like if you know you want this, if you know you want to move forward, if you know you want to get results, if you know you don't want to be in the same place next year that you are right now, right? Like then we want to inspire you to say, okay, let's go. We've got you. Like we've got you. And the results, like you are guaranteed to become a published author, right? So that's a pretty sure thing. So in addition to what we talked about, the webinar bonus is going to be the Mindset Bundle bonus, which digs further into the stuff that we're talking about today. Okay. So I think the tagline for that is really cool. It's something along the lines of like, allow this be the moment that changes everything, or something really cool like that. And it is like, the work is like literally just changes everything when you allow it to, and when you can lean into it. But these are programs, and like they're videos like this, but you'll just want to put them on like repeat, like when you're having a bad day, when you feel like you need a shift in your day, when you feel like you want to be inspired, when you want to create something new, when you want a new idea, put these on. Immediate shifts. It's very, very cool. So that's the mindset bundle bonus. And then this is so cool too. I am giving you the bonus of the Circle of Expert masterclasses. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is 24 plus. I put plus here because we're always adding to it. And so if you get it, when we add to it, you'll get the addition too. Okay. So that is really cool about what we do. But these are people that you can't even access. Okay. This is like Erin Saxon does a masterclass. She was the producer on Good Morning America and The View. I think Patty Aubrey actually does a masterclass. Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul also does a masterclass. But we have like JJ Version on there. We have Marcy Shimoff from The Secret. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, these names would literally blow your mind. We have Julie Mason. This was somebody that talk about social media expert. There are people all across the board, like success, like people who have achieved insane levels of success in their industry. And for example, Julie Mason, you might not know her name, okay, but she is someone who was such an expert in Facebook that and building a book on Facebook and building monetary I guess I should say profit. I was going to say monetary rewards, but what is a monetary reward? Money. And so she was building so much profit on Facebook. Facebook literally was like, you have to come to our head, literally come and work for us and teach us Facebook. Facebook hired her to teach them Facebook. Then after Facebook, she got hired with LinkedIn. LinkedIn was like, whatever you're doing for Facebook, can you come do that for LinkedIn? Then she became a LinkedIn expert. This ping pong game has gone on for a long time. She is wildly amazing. Her masterclass alone is worth its weight in gold. But we have people like this, and there's 24 of them. It is so cool. So that is a bonus for you. We don't even sell that. So that's just a bonus that I'm offering for the people on this webinar if for the people who buy today, like the next 24 hours. So here's the link again. And that if there's any questions, I will take questions, but that is the opportunity that I would love to invite you into today. And I do hope that that answered the questions that you had regarding the Gratitude Project. I would love for you to join us. We do only have 5 spots remaining because for the collaboration books, we only take a certain number of people. This is a really high touch program with the coaching involved and things like that. So we can't go over the number, bottom line. So if you are interested, definitely enroll sooner rather than later because once those 5 spots are gone, they're gone. Okay. All right. So let me just check. How was it? Oh, I'm crying now. That's beautifully written and so true. Oh, I don't know why you're crying, Jen. I missed it, but tell me why. Okay, so I'm just gonna read a couple of these comments. Please let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm here for you. So Carolyn says, so beautiful and true. Okay, good. I want to share about how people can overcome common issues in relationships. Yep, that is helpful. Yep, absolutely. 25 years of experience. Perfect. I'm going way back here, so I understand. Okay, good. So you guys are saying, yes, this is awesome. I'm getting some private messages of enrollment. That's awesome. Can you tell us about the TV show? Yeah, that's a really cool experience. This is all in what we call our media and PR week. So it's all within the New York area, and you come in studio. You're a complete rock star. We have behind the scenes pictures, and again, I'll give you all that information about sorry, I'm just kind of reading the questions here as we go. So you're completely prepared with what you want to say. We handle all the distribution, everything like that. All you have to do is literally show up, share your message, be interviewed. We do all the editing that is necessary. And it's a really, really cool experience. Also, it's really important that some people are nervous for a live interview or for that kind of thing. But when you have worked with someone, right? Like when we have worked together for this amount of time, and I know your story so intimately because we've worked together in your story and we've published your story in the book and like we've gone through the whole gratitude experience together. So we have a relationship at that point, and the energy of that, like when you show up for that interview, it's just like a different level than, like being on Good Day Philadelphia. Like when I have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to hit my 5 bullet points. And that's that, right? Like I have no preparation. Like they don't even know my name. Right. So it's like a very, very different feel. It's a really, all the visibility opportunities are very unique. We do that on purpose. It also gives you so much experience, right? So like it gives listen, I do talk, I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret. We do talk about the book being visibility. And of course, a book is visibility. Like you're like, Kate, duh. Also, what I don't like put on like the website, right? Because unless you go through it, it's it's like hard to put into words. But I don't know if any of you have ever been an author here before, if you can maybe share your experience with this. But really, what I want to tell you, because it's really honest, is that becoming an author is one of the most cathartic, healing, gentle, beautiful things you can do for yourself. It is one of the most beautiful gifts you can give yourself. The experience of that, the experience of writing that, and allowing that to come out of you. Like, especially if you have a pool, which of course you do, you're on this call. Like, you wouldn't be here unless there was something in you, whatever that something is. It's different for everybody. That's what makes the process so beautiful. But the writing of the book is really so beautiful. It's a really gorgeous journey. It's very sacred. It's just yeah, it's unique to everybody, right? That's also really fun. But it's really beautiful. And then, like I said, they're all different, and then the TV is like super awesome because it's just like such a cool experience to be on set and see all the cameras and like it's literally like lights, camera, action, like literally. And then the energy of Times Square is a whole different level. And like waiting for it to pop up on the billboard, and then it does and everyone goes nuts. Like, you know what I mean? They're all very different. Like, launch day is amazing for the book. Lights, camera, action is amazing for you. The billboard experience is a community thing. It's all very cool. It's all very cool. Can you see why I've done this for 700 times? It doesn't get old, okay? All right, guys. Let me see. Yes, Jen, let's talk about that. Jen Granger says, so excited. The day I joined the project, everything has shifted. Amazing what gratitude opens doors to. Let's talk about that. When you make a commitment to do this, this is one of those things like writing your story is going to be the most beautiful thing you did for yourself. Like if I said that like on my website, people would be like, what? Like, okay. Get like, Kate's like, what did they say? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Did I get it right? But that is something else that happens. Like, and I'm so glad that you said it, right? So that, yeah, like that's a real thing. Like when you make this commitment before you even begin, energetically things change for you. Energetically things change. Conversations open up, healing happens, you get checks in the mail. Like I can't guarantee you're going to get a check in the mail, right, guys? But like this is the stuff people share with me. They absolutely are like, oh my gosh, like that's so weird. Like my boss was X, Y, and Z to me a certain way with me. And then all of a sudden I enrolled in your program and they just were like, hey, do you want this like office? And by the way, we want to put you on this project. And by the way, we want to move you to this office or like, kind of like across town that you've always wanted to go to and X, Y, and Z. And they're like, what just happened, right? Like I just said yes. And then all of a sudden all this stuff opened up. So sometimes it's literally money. Like sometimes it's opportunity. Sometimes it's relationship stuff. Wild. It's wild. It's just saying yes because you literally elevate yourself to a different frequency because you've given yourself permission to get to your next place. It's so cool. It's so, so cool. Yeah, the TV, Dr. Karen's been on the TV is amazing. Yay! And it becomes addictive. Yeah, 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 totally. That's why I've done it 700 times, right? Yeah, there's a date for the New York City event, and I'm giving it here for the first time apparently because everybody else gets it on Wednesday. So it is, you know what? It's in September. I'm gonna say late September right now. Because I don't want to misspeak, okay? But it is late September. So If you email me, I can get you an exact date, but I don't want to like misspeak and then this goes out in a replay, God forbid, right? So let me just say it's going to be late September. Okay. So we published the book in like the August timeframe, and then the billboard and stuff experiences happens late September. Okay. Being published was always a dream. And when that first happened in Women Who Ignite, I felt so complete. Oh my God, that's beautiful. But the best is hearing from someone how your story impacted their life. Yeah, that's beyond words that can explain that feeling. It is beyond words. And for every one person that reaches out to you, there's like over 100 people who have read your story that don't say anything. And how I know this is think about how many books you've read that you've never contacted the author. How many stories have you read? How many paper, like stories and papers, blog posts? Like my neighbor just stopped me like today. I was driving, you guys, this is my life. I'm driving an eye mask down to my neighbor this morning. Right? Like I'm just getting out of the shower. I don't have this on yet, but I did my hair and makeup. And then I am putting like jammies on, like because I have to run an eye mask down to her because she's like, whatever, she needs this eye mask. And then but I'm not walking it because I don't have time. Like this is like my life, right? Like I'm like I have like literally 90 seconds to do this. I do not have 7 minutes to walk down and back, so I have to drive. So then my other neighbor catches me on the way back, like in the car, and I cannot be rude, even though I literally do not have time. So now like I should have just walked. Right? So he like stops me and he was like, I saw your post about the colleges and we have like a bet going in our house about where Bella's gonna go to school. And I'm like, wait, what? Like he didn't comment, he didn't text me, his wife didn't share with me. Like there's no indication whatsoever that anyone has read this, right? From their house. And three of them I'm connected to, by the way. The daughter and the husband and the wife. And I'm like, this is life. People are like that. It's like people will read your story and be impacted. They'll have conversations about you. They'll talk about and they'll put bets on things and put bids on things and so on and so forth. And you could become a part of someone's conversation. Like you will be known in homes that you don't even know about. It is wild. And think about how often that happens and we never have any idea. So if people are actually reaching out to you, whoa, the impact that you are actually making is so much more beyond that. So much more beyond that. Is that even proper English? You guys get what I'm saying. Okay. Healing definitely happens as soon as you start working on this project. Yes, yes, it's so true, you guys. Okay, Kate guided me through my first best-selling book experience. It is, yes, the children's book. You always have to say the name. So now, Gina, talk about Willow. You got to put the name in the chat section, girl. Kate guided me through my first best-selling book experience. It is absolutely the best gift you can give yourself. It changed everything. It has been incredibly rewarding. I've met wonderful people. Opportunity is become unexpectedly present. Yep. My advice, do this for you. Yeah, 100%. Willow the Wonder Pug. Okay, and more to come on that. I'm not going to give anything away, but more to come on Willow. Okay, definitely should be warmer. Jen, bless your heart, you probably have PTSD. The last time we were in New York was in January or February. I'm not really good with time, so I don't remember. But what I do remember is tears were frozen to my face because it was so cold. Literally, I was like, okay, we're not doing this again. I promise you it'll be warmer. It will be literally any other month than when we are here right now. It was the coldest day of the year in like, by the way, a decade. It was the coldest year in New York City in the last decade. I was like, guys, thank you for being here for me. I'm so sorry I won't do this to you again. Um, Great. Okay. So listen, thank you all so much. I know I went over time a little bit longer than I intended today. I respect your time. I respect you. I thank you for being here. I know we laughed, we had a little fun today, but in all seriousness, like I truly believe in you and your message. This is why I do what I do. I would have stayed in corporate and I would still be running my staffing and recruiting company for me if this was, just about the numbers. For me, this is truly about providing people opportunity to step into what is next for them, truly step into a next level of their purpose, it is an honor for me to be a part of that and to help people through that experience. And so if you have a pull to that, if that excites you, if that ignites something in you, if you feel a calling to that, then I would love to invite you into the Gratitude Project. I would love to work with you in this capacity. A question I did not answer that I'm going to end with that did get asked that I just realized because I'm looking at my paper here is if I've already written a book and become an author, would this be for me and why? So the answer is yes for so many, like, it's like, I'm like, yes, 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 and yes, right? So it's almost like not even fair how much it's a yes, because when you have already become an author, um, this is like, I feel like when I got married, people were like, when are you gonna have kids? And then when I had Bella, they were like, when are you gonna have your next child? I'm like, oh my God, it's just like, mind your business. Right? Like, whatever. So the point is like when you write a book, they're like, when's your next book coming out? Right? Like, how many of you have heard that? It's just like wild, the questions people ask, but it's true. But if they're not asking it, they're thinking it. So number one, this is a beautiful way to get another story out, like a follow-up story if you're currently an author. Um, because we do all the heavy lifting. What you do is you show up to the live calls and you receive. Okay. What you do is go through an amazing transformational gratitude experience that, like, you can't go wrong. Like, we put up the guardrails for you, and all you have to do is show up, and it changes your life. It's really cool. What we do is all the publishing. We take care of everything. You just have to show up and share your story from your heart, and we take care of literally everything else. So it's a beautiful way to have another book on the shelf, to have another book in your library, to have a bundle when you go to events. So for all of those reasons, it's beautiful. The next piece of it is it does allow like another topic for you to connect with your ideal audience, right? So if you talked the first time, like I talked about postpartum depression in one of my books, but then the next time I talked about business building, whew, two totally different things. Now I can talk about both of those things because I've experienced both of those things, but these are really different topics. But what that did was open up a whole new keynote world for me, that I could walk into this audience or I could walk into that audience, and it became an entirely other revenue stream, which we will talk about revenue streams in this project because I'm trying to understand the most succinct way I could say this, because I could do a whole another 90-minute webinar on this right now. But the amount of dollars in your bank account equal the amount of people you can help. And I want you to understand how to fund your passion so that if you want to turn this into a business, you can do this and you understand the exact steps to do it. We break it down very simply. Everything I do, it's like chunked down, like 3 to 5 steps. Okay. So it's really cool. So I don't want to get too much into that because now I'm getting into the program. But we do all the heavy lifting. So from an current author perspective, to have an opportunity to get in front of your audience again, have something to promote again, have all the things that go along with it, with the visibility and the support for the next 6 months. It's a really great opportunity. So if you have any questions, I'm not going anywhere. You know where to find me. You can email me or my team at support@katebutlerbooks.com. You are welcome, Jen. Absolutely. I hope that you gain some value from being here. I hope that you have received some inspiration, some clarity. I hope you feel elevated. Those are all the things that I promised that you would gain from this today. So I do hope that we delivered at least on some of those things. Great session. Okay, good. Thank you, Carolyn. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and there will be a replay for this. You are so welcome, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.